Joe Harpy's here, you know that you. It's a Republican, big deal fundraiser. Big deal. Okay, don't record yet. We'll be missing our chairman next month.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Yeah, don't insult me.
I'll save us for one more email.
There you go.
Are they allowed to?
Yeah, everybody is.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
They had a sign there.
Yeah.
They drove by it, parked my car.
Yeah.
Did it say no parking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or the
Or you'll be towed?
towed at the owner's expense.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to open up the meeting for the Park and Rec
Good luck.
Board for June 21st, Tuesday, 2022, and the time is 7:02. That's close enough. Melissa, can we have the
Sure.
call, please?
Jay Vitalico.
Here.
Richard De Silva.
Here.
Billy DeBlasio.
Yep.
Eileen Francolino.
Here.
Thomas Gill.
Here.
Tim Hutt Wagner.
Here.
Anthony Kolowski. Matthew Kolowski. Ed Marchand. Nicole Payne. John Woods.
Here.
And for liaisons, Tim Mankey. And Kim Rada.
Tim's
Okay,
alive.
Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Don, do you want to?
Thank you. We have the pledge of allegiance, please. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible.
Okay, you can practice.
Oh, Noah.
Can we have a motion to approve the minutes of May 17th, 2022? Are there any additions or subtractions?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor? Minutes are approved. We got to change the agenda. No,
No changes.
okay. Public participation. Correspondence.
We have one thank you letter from the Transition Academy, which are 18 to 21-year-olds that graduate from high school with special needs that are in our community center. And they've become great neighbors and we're great friends and we share and do things together. This time, our staff saved their cans and bottles so that they could use them for money for a trip. So they were thanking us.
Well, that's good.
Worked out nice.
Okay, summary reports, first the monthly report, anything on that special that you want
No, pretty
Tell us about-
self-explanatory. You just read through it, tells you what we're doing.
to, okay? How about the tree warden? We still chopping down trees?
A lot of dead trees and limbs everywhere.
Okay,
That's every day we get a call for trees. It's amazing how busy we are with that. And how much money we spend. And it is what it is. We're responsible for $30 million worth of street trees.
Okay, next one is item 10. Well, there's no new old business, right?
No,
New business. Collecting what? I can't even read it.
Invertebrates.
Invertebrates at Churchill Park.
okay, so for the board members, everyone to know, Jay and Don, I sent a quick email. There's a professor at Trinity, was it? Or- Yeah, Trinity, who wants to do a study on invertebrates at Churchill Pond. I didn't think this was too out of the.
They beat me to it. I want.
Yo.
There's a long line of people that want to do it and get permission to do it, so time was of an essence, he needed to do it right away. So I asked Don and Jay if it was okay with them, and then we would officially confirm it by the board when we had our next meeting, so that way the professor could keep moving. He lives in Newington, he's familiar with stuff, and he said he would share the results And I know you guys, once you get this study, you'll put it under your pillow and.
Are we gonna want the results?
Yeah, we may not want them, yeah. Yeah.
Is he gonna go in the pond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Don, you want to read the motion?
I make a motion to allow Trinity College to collect invertebrates at Churchill Park, study them, and provide the Parks and Recreation Department with the results.
You have a second?
Second.
Billy, second. All in favor? Opposed, motion passed. Okay, the next item on the agenda. Water Lantern State liquor permit.
Yes, every year when we have the Water Lantern Festival, we try to sell beer and wine, things that make extra money. They allow us to do it. So we're looking for the board to approve the sale of it and for us to apply with the state for a state temporary day permit. Liquor license permit.
They don't give us a rough time, do they?
No, like $50-$60, I think. And Sam, do you know the exact number?
No.
But it's about $50 or $60.
Yeah. Well, they gotta make money somehow.
Well, it's us. We're making the money.
Yeah, yeah. Bill, you want to read the motion?
Sure. Make a motion to authorize Park and Rec Administration to apply for a state liquor permit for the Water Lantern Festival at Mill Pond, September 10th, 2022. And authorize them to sell liquor, beer, and wine as fundraiser for fireworks.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Arlene? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes. Okay. Oh, now we're on reports, Bill.
What's
First one is,
Thank you.
thank you.
Oh, yeah, just wanted to extend our sincere thanks to all the board members that volunteered those 3 days at the beer and wine garden. Very, very helpful, very successful. And without your help, well, with your help, we have no cost, so to speak. And so it's mainly pure profit after we pay for the product. So thank you.
Any questions on that? Next is the financial report from the events.
Sam, do you have that up on the screen or not?
No, I don't.
No. Okay.
It is in
Oh,
the.
it's in the packet.
I think it's in the packet. Was it, I don't remember exactly. Was it 15,000?
16.
16.
400.
Yeah, so those are the 3 days. We had much lower turnout for Motorcycle Madness. We went up against a week-long event in New York and a week-long event in Laconia, New Hampshire. So that
Oh, yeah, that's right.
probably hurt us a little bit. However, as our staff, we decided, I think, not to move forward with it for next year. Seems like a lot of effort for little results, and we think we can bang it out with just the country night and a food truck Friday and call it a day. Saturday seemed to not be as popular for us or successful as Thursday and Friday nights for us. So
Are you saying you're gonna skip the?
I think so, unless the board.
Madness?
Yeah, unless the board has a serious problem with that, we think it's, one, it doesn't fall too much in our mission, and two, motorcycles may be cyclical, and it seems like they're on the downhill slide. They're not, American motorcycles companies are closing left and right, so now they're the foreign bikes are the more popular ones, and that's a younger crowd, and we don't really attract a younger crowd. It's mostly older people. So that was our thoughts, for at our staff meeting. I mean, certainly we could change it, but that's kind of what we're thinking.
Could we replace it with something else? Can we do something else that night?
We could, it just seems like 3 times in a row was too much.
Yeah, I think it is.
The Newington crowd, it's too many things all in one day where the same food trucks kind of, same kind of event, so I
Plus, it
think-
was the same people too.
Yeah,
They came,
yeah.
You noticed it.
Yeah.
Are you from last night?
Right. And I think if you get a good band on Thursday night, they will come back Friday, but I don't think they're gonna come back the third night, so that's kind of where we're.
Well, the third night band was a lot different than.
Oh,
the
God.
first and second. night.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the younger crowd's not coming.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a motorcycle band, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, not my cup of tea, but it is some people's.
Hopefully we can get Jordan Oaks back. See,
Yeah, we're gonna try, but I suspect it'll be a lot more expensive next
Yeah.
year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was a tremendous success. Oh my
Well,
God.
You could try the fact that we pushed them over to the top.
Right,
So
right.
He owes us.
Yeah. Just a wonderful young man. His
Yes.
mother and father were wonderful. The whole thing, I wish him nothing but tremendous success, and I think it's coming his way real soon.
But I think we talked about this once before, years ago, about these tribute bands. They're not overly expensive, and some of those bands are really good.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, all age groups, you know.
Yeah.
from Dean Martin to
Yeah,
Elton John to whoever,
yeah.
what was
Right.
the-
Right.
the Chicago, we went, we
Beatles.
saw Chicago, we saw, what the hell was the
George
band?
Michael.
Who was the band was, Joe something or other.
Eagles.
The Eagles.
Yeah.
They were amazing.
Yeah, we can look at that too. I don't know if they'll play for 3 hours though. But we could get a warm-up band too.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Well, they probably would, but you'd have to.
pay them.
Yeah, pay 'em.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the bands.
yeah, we'll see.
Okay, the next item is the National Girls Lacrosse Tournament.
Yeah, just want to let you know that
Second,
tomorrow is our big tournament with the
Yeah.
girls this year. This time, we did boys last time, this is girls. They're gonna be using the 4 North fields. And Corrigan Sports out of Maryland is doing it with us, and we're gonna do well, I suspect. The weather is, 50-60% chance of rain, but you never know when it's gonna rain, so, and they can play through it. And the fields are in great condition. We had our youth soccer, anybody go by the high school Saturday or Sunday?
Yes. It was like a carnival.
We had 92 soccer teams.
wow.
Yeah, so we were so excited. Everything went so smooth. But a funny story was Jamie Trevathan was in charge and she calls me early Saturday morning. She goes, Bill, we got a problem. What is it? The head referee is stuck in the men's room. What are you talking about? So I said, I'll tell you what, we'll take care of it Monday. She goes, what? So
Oh, my God.
so I was on the phone trying to call our mechanic to see if he could undo the door at Chester's. And in the meantime, the guy got out. So I called Jamie back and I told her that, if the guy can't get out of men's room, he probably shouldn't be the head referee. Just joking, Jamie, but she was wonderful to work with. The youth soccer program couldn't be nicer. And very, I think I might have sent you a little email Jamie sent us about how happy they were and how wonderful it is. And I think they make a lot of money, like $20,000 or $30,000 as their major fundraiser for youth soccer. So more power to them. We don't charge them a penny for anything except they pay for their porta potties, the extra ones in the dumpster. Okay. What's next?
The next is the Veterans Memorial.
Yeah, Melissa, you could tell us.
So for the Veterans Memorial, where we have 92 names on it, we have 27 are new this year and 65 are renewals. And this upcoming Friday is the last day of registration for names.
And our game plan there is to unveil it. We're gonna have it made up. Jeff Gambino will make it. Our park guys will install it. And then at 3 o'clock, the 2 o'clock thing is the board members at the extravaganza. And at 3 o'clock, we're gonna drive it up. If the rooms, we're gonna try to drive it in front of the stage, but if there's so many people, we might leave it off to the side. And then the band is gonna play the 6 different branch theme songs, and everyone will stand up and clap, and it'll be a nice way to honor the veterans. So all good. And just so you know, I Need Tennis again donated $5,000 towards that monument this year. That's the 3rd year in a row. And that's going to be the last year. So we're probably going to not have that next year either. We'll have to come up with a new idea. But we're thankful to Indian Tennis for 15 grand, 15 grand.
Yep. Next item is the county counts.
Counts. Yeah. Sam, you want to give us an update?
So we got about 300 total this year between volunteers for sports at the senior center and then our department. So I'll be sending out letters shortly reminding them to bring their sign back at the Bring Your Own Cheese at the extravaganza, and they'll get their glass of wine as well. So I'm sure you've seen them all around town.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're sprinkled throughout Newington, which looks good. So I'll be reminding them to
guys must have
Go to the
a good time
extravaganza.
delivering them all. Huh?
Oh,
We actually have volunteers.
yeah,
that
we have
do it.
volunteers,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
in Canaan, when we do, we'll use part-timers, but we also get people from the high school, like Eileen says, who are looking
That's
for
nice.
hours for
What percentage do you get back, Sam?
maybe
A
a
third.
third.
Yeah,
if that.
usually get about 100.
Maybe a quarter.
Yeah.
The business is.
Well, I keep mine and put it out again.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
some people leave. them
Some people
out.
love them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I have volunteers going, they're like, they already had 2 signs, should I give them another?
Yeah.
I'll just leave the 2.
And Happy Harry's is donating all the wine for us, and it's at 6 o'clock. We take a giant picture with anyone that shows up in front of the Life Being at Carnival sign. So it's kind of a nice, fun thing to do, and everyone gets into it. So that's Thursday night at 6. Before the extravaganza, 14th of July.
Okay, you want to give us a pool update on the pump?
Yeah, we had Galicio Brothers at Mill Pond Saturday morning. We're supposed to open at 1. We had no hot water. So he looks at Tom Lapierre and he says, "These pipes are old." No, really?
Probably older than him.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. They're about 64 years old. So anyways, we fixed that, and by 1 o'clock or 1:15, we had hot water, thank God. So that worked out. And now we haven't been able to open the wading pool at Churchill yet. There's a pump that's broken. There's no parts, no replacement parts. Nobody has the replacement pumps without piping everything. But today, Connecticut Custom Aquatics company that we deal with found a pump on a shelf in Texas that was supposed to work, and they're shipping it today. So we'll see how that works, and we'll take it from there. So we're doing the best we can. The water quality is really good. Everyone tells me it's crystal clear, both pools and the big pools. So that's good. Hats off to the Parks guys and Tom Lapierre. Very great, good mechanic, good guy trying to make things happen over there. We'll keep them running with Band-Aids and duct tape and solder and glue and everything else. But he does a pretty darn good job, and we keep moving forward. We had underground copper piping for the handicap aqua seat at Mill. We dug it up. I don't know who puts copper nowadays underground, but that didn't make any sense to us. So that was all leaking.
Yeah.
So we put in that flexible piping. What do they call that now? There's a water piping for plumbing,
PVC?
not PVC. PEX. Yeah, that's the word. So we put that in, and now it's working. So that's how we do it. Every day we're putting out little fires at the pools, trying to make them go.
The problem is, how long is that gonna last? Yeah.
One season at a time.
One at a time. We spent
Who's
30,
got that challenge next year, you know?
and I think we spent probably a little less than $30,000 in crack repair from the companies. Do what you got to do. I said to Tom, "Did we patch paint that bottom of Mill?" He goes, "You can't paint when the pond is bubbling up in the bottom." I said, "Okay, all right, you got me there,
I'll
Tom."
drill some holes somewhere else.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, when you have brown water coming up, when you pump the pool water out to paint it, and brown water is bubbling through the bottom, it's not a good sign.
Not a good
That's
sign.
not what you call a good pool.
Okay, summer camp update.
Yeah, just, hats off to the whole staff for registering everybody and getting the computer set up, and these guys working, taking people and helping them sign up. But we had a crazy number, 524, I think it was, 25, something like that, kids signed up for summer camp. It was before we gave $150,000 worth of discounts. Thank you. But we took in over $604,000 in summer camp registration. So that's the kind of
Is that a record?
total record. Yeah.
It's higher than that, though, it was like 650.
650
So
now.
with
Yeah.
the discounts, it's at around
Is
500,000.
it discounts for people who can't pay?
Yeah. We have all kinds of early bird specials,
Sibling
sibling discounts. Yeah, we have all kinds of, we do things to push people to register early.
Yeah.
That's really what we try to do. And we penalize people. Penalize is not a good word, but we charge a lot more at the last minute. Yeah. Because it's hard, because we have to assign these kids to camp counselors. We have to hire more counselors. We take all the substitutes and make them full-time. It's, Hadil and Krista Pizzabrado, they do a great job too. So everybody's,
Well, how many concerts do you normally have for that many kids?
I think there's like 50 now.
Well,
So, yeah, it's like 1 to 10, 1 to 15 ratio.
it's tough.
Oh, it's a big job. And it's 7:30 in the morning till 5:30. It's a long day. Yeah.
Okay, update on the scoreboard. I guess there's 2 scoreboards.
Yeah, it looks like they shipped, they're gonna ship tomorrow. So, both Legends and the high school one. So it should take about a week and then maybe another week. I suspect the first couple weeks of July, we should have them being installed. So we're excited about that. Did I put preschool on there for reports?
What do you do? Just dump the old ones, Bill?
Oh, yeah. Preschool's not on there. Let me just put a mention in for preschool too. We never had these numbers. We have 35 kids, which is the maximum we can take at the preschool creative playtime in our summer sunshine. Yeah. Creative playtime is in September. Same kids basically, but I think, Tim, your child is in it.
No, yep.
Yeah.
Day one was today. Loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it.
Just the parents love it. And kids are loving it. They had a drummer today, a professional African drummer type guy. They had sprinklers. They had M&Ms, I think. There all kinds of crazy stuff going on. In the preschool playground over there that's fenced in, we just bought shade structure, new slide equipment, playground equipment, and we now have the park guys just put together a planting garden. So they've got vegetables being planted, flowers being planted. They water them every day.
They also do mud kitchen.
And that's right, in a kitchen out there that they can have food. So yeah, it's really nice. I mean, if you just come here, it's so enjoyable to hear their voices and hear how happy they are and hugging each other and all that. It's quite nice. So
That play area be made a little larger. You seem like you have a lot of kids for that.
well, we could. I mean, certainly we could. It was a certain amount of money for the fence company to
Yeah,
let the fence up. I was scraping nickels because we had no money. Well, Tanya promised me money back in the day. In a rubber surface, but that,
Still holding your breath.
I mean, I'm
right?
not holding my breath anymore, but that's the reason why. But it meets the state requirements. It's 75 square feet per kid. So it's 2,600 square feet
Oh,
over
it
there.
does, yeah, okay, that's good.
So we meet that. Oh, yeah. It's 88 by 33.
Oh, looks tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, 30 kids in there, that's a.
And I just added, almost, Sam, what did we buy? 50 or 100 of those rubber 4x8s. We put them on the ground, so it's a playground safety surface also. So, we're getting there. We're getting there. But we also give the parents give us permission to walk the kids to the big playground too. So that's a nice treat for the kids. Oh, and they go every day to the wading pool
Yes.
at Mill, which is a big hit for the little kids.
Mm.
And we have all these blow up stuff and little boats and toys and sand buckets and stuff. And it's really good fun program to watch too. Okay.
The next item is the Legend Field lighting.
Yep.
Installation.
I told you that on July 18th, it should arrive to us, the 3 poles with lights. And Ray Gagnon says he'll have them up by the 19th, Tuesday. So that would be, we've been waiting over 26 years for lights at Legends. And this is going to be state of the art, everything. Really very, very excited about that. And it'll be on our phones, so we can turn them on and off from anywhere. Very, very, very good. And just so you guys know, Volunteer Field had a bill of $3,000 to fix one of their lamps. And because Ray Gagnon is such a nice guy and that we have a nice relationship for probably 40 years. When he comes to do the Legends Field, we worked a deal where I can bring our tree truck, that is our 75-foot new truck, and put Ray Gagnon in it. And I got Musco to donate this giant lamp, and he's going to go up and put it in for us for free. So we saved $3,000, and that's
I guess you're telling me right now, you have a contract with Cisco.
that's what I'm telling you. Yeah, but we're
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That is actually
Yeah.
stupid.
yeah, and they can't buy one now because they don't insure
Sure, right.
Equipment that's
Right.
already-
the old
Right.
stuff. Yeah. So, but the good news is, they have 8 more years, I believe, warranty, not insurance, but warranty. So I think they're going to be okay. But
You see, when
But
I
at
was
that
there,
point,
we always had a contract.
I know.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Always had a contract.
I think what's gonna happen in 8
You know,
years,
and
they're gonna have to change it to LEDs.
Oh, definitely,
So.
definitely.
It is what it is.
Don't like that, Bill.
We can always throw Mr. Gill in the bucket too. He's
Yeah.
licensed.
Nice and less true.
Yeah, I heard he's afraid of heights.
Oh,
Do you go up in the big trucks?
Yes, I do.
Do you? Yeah. Okay, well, if Ray fails us, you're
As a
next.
matter of fact, I relamped, Beehive Field.
Did you?
I think
Really?
For you,
Those are 90 feet.
with the,
Yeah.
with the old fire truck.
That's right. That's right.
That was a few years.
Yeah.
little bouncy.
It's not the operator.
Okay, Badger Field fence.
Yeah, so 7 of the posts at Badger heaved. So if you could imagine, the concrete base is sticking out of the ground. So we've got a company, New Britain Fence is coming over and he's gonna take those out, reset them down, and we'll make it safe again. So if anybody asks you,
I drove by, I saw that. I was like trying to figure, I figured that they put it up like, there's a
rubber
board
tire,
or something on there to protect it.
yeah, Keith asked the public works mechanic to cut rubber tires and put it over the concrete.
Well, you can't help them heave in there because of the, the water problem.
They're doing it
Yeah.
in Church Hill
Yeah.
too, some of
Yeah.
them. Yeah. They get with age.
I mean,
It's hot
I
and
think
cold,
that-
it lifts.
I think I was playing Little League with that same fence there, so, it's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I drove by Wallace, I think it is.
Yep.
There's a backstop there. It's hard to identify the climbing vine
Oh,
from they mustn't use it anymore. It was a totally engulfed.
Yeah.
And this massive,
They don't use
Bulk of
Wallace
mine.
anymore?
In the back?
yeah, way in the back.
Yeah, that was. a-
No,
Yeah,
that's,
That was a spare.
that's,
Yeah, that's a spare field,
that's, what do they call it?
T-ball.
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 That's little T.
Dancing.
Yeah,
Little
well, it's a nice
practice.
shade effect, for the kids.
So what happens with the Churchill Park field? Somebody contacted me in church and wanted to know how come you can get it.
No, that
Running
guy,
in line so much it used to be.
that guy called, emailed us. I called him back, he never called me back. He was concerned about if it's the same guy. He's upset that we canceled the game. We walked the field at 12 noon, it was puddles everywhere, so there was no way we were gonna be able to prepare it for that night. Is that what you're talking about?
He just thinks in general, it doesn't get as well groomed as it should be and lined and ready to go for when they're there. I don't know.
I mean, I can't agree with that because we do the same thing. The only difference is that field has silt clay. It
Yeah.
doesn't have the new material from
Yeah.
Major League Baseball at their edge.
Especially if you get rain, it's
Right.
tough.
It just sucks the water right.
I would say this year it looks the best out of the last 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I've been there quite a bit. Looks really
For
good.
your kids.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you go golfing and someone says the course is in great shape and the next guy that didn't score that well says it's in poor shape.
Beechwood Park is next.
Yep, we got installed the handicap parking space and it was painted by Billy Califano and it's all ready to go for as soon as the playground is delivered in whatever weeks, months it is. But there's a supply demand there, but it looks like October will be the time when we get it delivered.
Next one is Eagle Park, same thing.
Eagle Park, we've had a couple lawsuits. The path is in bad shape, so we're identifying some trees that are gonna be taken down. The roots are lifting the path right up in the air. You could stick a stick 2 feet it's all hollow, the roots have rotted. So we're gonna take down some trees if you hear about that, and then we're gonna mill it, repave it, get it ready for new playground. That's our next new playground for next year's budget. And we probably will crack seal and repaint the basketball court. And as we're on basketball courts, it's not on the agenda, but let me tell you that I'm hiring sports construction out of Plainville. They're gonna redo the 2 basketball backboards and hoops at Beacon Park. So I think, Tim, you might live in that neighborhood and Melissa does.
Yep.
So those basketball hoops,
Secret park.
yeah, don't tell anybody about
That's
it.
okay. That's.
They're, just those $2,000 a piece, so they're not cheap either, but nothing's cheap, you know.
I know.
You gotta-
Nothing is though.
No, you gotta put it up. And they're gonna be 10 feet, Tim, so if you were getting ready at that 9-foot basketball, it's now gonna be 10 feet, so shoot higher.
Okay. Got it.
Newington High School, walking path.
Yep,
We
we
got
got
from the high school down to,
Old Farms Drive to the back softball field. So Stonehenge did a little bit of paving back there, Public Works did a bunch of paving, but there was this like 500 feet left and nobody had any money. So we had $12,000 left in our handicap accessible path account in CIP. We asked, we worked with Rob and those guys, and we paid Public Works to finish it to Old Farms, and it looks beautiful. And we got it done before the soccer tournament was this weekend. So it looks really, really nice. And kudos to Public Works too for a good job.
next is the extravaganza report.
Yeah, we're full steam ahead now. Our next look is, we go special event to special event. But the extravaganza is good. We have a lot planned Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sam, you have a Renee Danino thing?
Yeah, let me pull that up.
We have a thing that we did. It'll be on 10 radio stations, all the iHeart radio stations. And I know all the websites, they have hundreds of thousands of viewers. So it'll give you an idea of, Renee Danino is a great friend of ours, Parks and Rec. She loves us. She's a big Fidelco supporter, and she's originally from Newington.
Yeah.
So big shout out.
Huh?
You know, who's Chris Berman anyways, really?
Yeah.
You know, when you don't build a man, why,
Yeah.
what, Chris Berman? Anyways, big shout out to Tim and Tom. I just want to give you the frontier, as you heard me say, they're a new private-public partnership. You guys started something really great. Like I told you before, there's 3 legs to this thing, and it was San Diego, Florida, and New England. And by an act of God, be talking to everybody, they're giving us, the short story is they're giving us $1,000 in cash to be there, and they're giving us free fiber in 2 locations. We're giving them a tent next to the ticket booth so they can demonstrate their speed of, they have some type of demonstration and display that they want to give. It's thousands of dollars worth of work and stuff. And Tom, I mentioned about your 6-cat wire, and now they're throwing in all the wire and the modems that we need. So I think it's going to be pretty darn good for us. It was a great deal, and we're going to put them in a brochure. We're giving them a booth. So
Good.
all is
Glad it
good.
worked out.
Yeah. So thank you so much, both of you, for reaching out to those guys and getting this whole ball rolling. It's going to make the other companies for sure a little bit jealous, I think. It's okay.
And we're gonna keep the modems.
Yeah,
No returns?
we'll see. Geez, that's not what happened. It was stolen.
That's
Bill, who's
awesome.
PNM service?
His name is Joe Braga and Kathy Braga. She was the president of the Chamber of Commerce in Newington.
Okay.
Excellent.
I have the volunteer sheet.
Okay, We have a volunteer sheet to, if you guys want to volunteer in the beer and wine garden again, we can pass it around, or is that?
Yeah, I can pass it around and then I can also send it out to the board just as a file so you could look at it. And if there's a certain time you want me to sign you up for, it'll be helpful to the recreation supervisors as they're scheduling their volunteers for the events. And then I also have, if any board members hadn't taken craft beer tickets yet and they wanted to sell them, I do have some envelopes still here. So just after the meeting, if you're interested in helping out with that.
And they're on consignment, so you don't have, if you don't sell them, you just give them back. But the more we can sell, this is a big fundraiser for us. So we're hoping that you can do it in a big shout out to Billy de Blasio, the head seller so far.
Yeah.
He's,
Just lucky.
All your dear friends, that Bill?
well, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
They've been coming for a few years, so
Yeah.
it's just repeat buyers.
And I just heard today, I think from Sam or Melissa, that Jimmy Wells, who can't come, he's going to a wedding out of state, still came in and bought 10 tickets and they're giving them to his friends. So that was pretty nice too.
Yeah.
So we're doing, we're doing okay. We want to sell a lot, of course. The more we sell, the more profit it is. But like I said, we've got 33 different craft beers this time. And we have 2 independent groups, one in West Hartford, a brewery in West Hartford. Sam, do you remember the name? I don't.
I don't
We
know.
have.
There's some-
Weha or something like that, yeah. And then there was one in Bloomfield, I think, too, so. and
Back
we're-
east.
Yeah, and I think that's it. And then we're working at, New Britain, has 5 churches in Alvarium, something like that. So we're trying our best to draw independents and all the people that are represented by Star Beer Company. So all is good. You're gonna see a whole bunch of Facebook Lives. I'm gonna try to give Jamie Campbell as much publicity as we can. Without him, we could have never brought Mike Manelli for sure. And Trantolo is coming through in the clutch for us. 5,000 in cash and 5,000 in advertising. He already put together radio spots for all of iHeartRadio too. So really exciting times. The businesses are really coming forward for us. And a shout out to Tony Palomino, if we're going to be on tape and people watch us on TV. Tony Palomino, Diana Sarah, and Carol Annis, they volunteered all 3 nights of the special event and also offered to volunteer these 4 nights at the Life Being a Thing for the Beer and Wine Garden, which is very, very helpful and good for us. We'll try to get the senior center to get the word out for people to volunteer pouring 2 ounces of craft beer. We need 33 pourers, so we need a lot of volunteers for those 2 hours, 6 to 8. So if you're listening on TV and you want to volunteer, give us a call in the office.
Can we get a description as to how the beer tasting goes down or how?
Sure, you get a wristband, we check your ID, you get a wristband, you bought a ticket, you're entered into this area, and we have a U shape like this of tables with tents all over them. And every different company has a sign, say, I don't know, Trail, what's the one in Vermont? Trail Road?
2 roads.
2 roads. Okay, so 2 roads might have a sign in front of them, and they might have 3 different kinds. And you get a glass, and they're supposed to pour 2 ounces of beer.
It's tasting.
You taste it, you go to the next one, you go to the next one, you go to the next one for 2
It's a good
hours.
time.
So that's what the $25.
Yeah.
And the free music is also.
Yeah, and there's a concert going on, and then there's also at 8:05, the 3 skydivers come down and land in the park right next to you.
Okay, now is there regular, beer?
We don't
wine?
open up anything, so we force people to do that from 6 to 8, and then after that, we open up the beer garden.
And it's beer and wine.
Yeah.
At that point.
Then anyone can buy not anyone, even 21 or older can buy that.
As far as Trantola, did we talk to them as far as Motorcycle Madness?
Yeah.
As far as, do they have any ideas as maybe a different date or or how are they with not having?
He likes our department, so like I said, he's giving us money for fireworks, so I think as long as he gets publicity with us, I think he's gonna be happy. We'll see how it goes, we'll have more conversations about that, as after the extravaganza. We'll sit down with this guy, Norm LeBlanc is their, like marketing agent type guy.
Yes.
Yeah, but I did tell him that we were kind of thinking about not doing it, and he didn't get overly upset or anything, so he didn't indicate anything at that time.
So will there be a POS station, whatever you want to call it, capability at each window for charges and debit, or will it just be one, like one window? will
Probably one for charges.
Charge only?
Yeah.
So it has to be pretty well signed because people don't pay attention of walking up in the line for who knows how long.
Yeah.
Stanchion or something.
And then tell them, oh no, this is cash only, credit cards in that line over there.
Yeah. Well, could you though, if you were in one of the lines and they wanted to use the credit card, couldn't you walk over to the iPad and put it in and then
Yes.
walk back?
Yes.
They should just have one person on the iPad and they would like.
Can
that's
you have
on the
multiple
iPad.
iPads?
Put them all in and hand it back when it's done.
Yeah, just direct them over to that person.
We just bought 2 new ones.
Even just have an
It was
extra
an act of
person that
Congress.
just sits with the iPad. Somebody at every window, the person with the iPad processes the tickets and gives them back to you. The problem always has been, the damn thing was too slow. So it took forever. So even if you don't have a window that's charges only, if you come up and you say, here's my card, you send it back to the person, you have an extra person in there that just does the
Well,
iPad.
we do have 2 or 3 old iPads. If it wasn't the iPads and it was the fiber, the lack of fiber, then maybe we might be able to have each window have one. We'll test that out as soon as they install it on
Because I mean,
Wednesday.
it does get hectic.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're gonna have if you only have one iPad, that line's gonna be an hour long and cash only is gonna be less.
So if they just
Because that was
come
the
up,
whole point of the credit card.
yeah, if
to
they
make
just come
lines.
up and you just have somebody on the iPad and they just keep putting
Yes,
in,
just put the
storing back,
Or-
storing back,
The
it
cash
works,
line.
you know?
Or you know what, on Wednesday and Thursday, we're moving the beer garden to the concert area. Actually, Wednesday and Thursday, we will have 2 iPads, brand new iPads available to us. We bought 2. So we'll have at least 2 in the ticket booth Wednesday and Thursday. And remember, the first night was all the way down the line to the bus garage.
Yes.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
And will it print a receipt or email a receipt or no receipt?
I think we would email it, but I'm not positive. Sam, do you know that answer?
I don't, that's a good question,
Yeah.
actually.
We'll ask Joe.
We definitely
What's-
haven't printed anything.
What's the software?
Rec Track. That we're using to bring. Yeah, we're not gonna print it. I know
No.
that for sure.
Just email.
We email receipts from here in Rec Track. So I would imagine that the iPad could do the same thing, but I don't know for sure.
Well, the only problem with that is if you email it, then someone's in line, they have to type their
It's
email
time-
address.
it's
It's time consuming.
time-consuming.
You want to be quick, fast.
No
That's the
receipt.
thing.
Yeah, no receipt, sorry, go ahead. That's it.
I'd say, yeah.
You know what? We could do hand receipts if.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No receipt.
I'd say no receipt.
A lot
All
of
right.
people don't look for receipts anymore. You
Yeah.
can immediately just check the app on your phone and see
Yeah.
the charge.
Okay.
All right, so just make sure with the contact with, the fiber, that you're gonna have at least 2,
Me too, no.
Yep.
Setups.
And then one for their booth too, right? One for their tent. next to-
Yes.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're gonna bring, put the modem in the ticket booth.
In the trailer, right?
Oh, so can't get any closer.
Yeah.
Right, and then they can, come right off of there.
And it's the Roger guy that one of you knows.
It's me,
You know
Roger.
Roger.
Yeah, for my church, yeah.
And I think he lives in Newington, right?
No, Rocky Hill, and he's just
Rocky.
moving to West Hartford,
Okay.
so.
Okay.
So
All
how,
right, so if it ends up that they do need anything, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm available. so.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Tom offered to give us Cat 5, Cat 6 wiring, which
Yeah.
we might have needed. So. Yeah, we'll see how it all shakes out.
how many lines do we usually have for the ticket booth? Trying to remember.
3. Well,
Sometimes,
3 windows.
sometimes
right?
4.
Yeah,
Sometimes
So
5.
left,
2.
right, 2 in the middle.
We got at least
Sometimes
2
there's 2 on each
iPads. I
side,
think we've got 2
2 on the
iPads and the
right.
rest are
Sometimes
cash
there's
only.
six, yeah.
It'd be fine. I think that'll be fine.
and what, like I said, we have old iPads that didn't work last year, but that doesn't mean it might have been because we didn't have the fiber, so we'll try them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if we get lucky, we'll have 4 or 5.
As far as ATMs, did we ever,
The Carnival guy has an ATM machine
yeah,
in the Carnival. And then we have an ATM machine over here in the town hall, in the community center.
okay, so, make sure you tell, Frontier that, because he's gonna need, internet connection for the ATM.
Mhm.
You know, and that'll help that,
He's always managed to do it.
well,
It's always full. I can't have to wait for him to.
What do you-
change them.
Wait, let me make sure I understand that, Tom, for my own education. What does that mean? Because we never had internet before.
well, he must have done something.
He had a hotspot, I think.
Okay,
Yeah. But you're saying that it would be faster if we gave him fiber?
well, yeah, it's, the fiber is a backbone, right? And then, once you go to the router, then it's
You can
down
just put
to
the shirt size
you know,
on one.
Cat 5, Cat 6.
Okay.
You don't have to put it
All right,
on.
meanwhile. So then you can do that.
It just-
All right.
I would have asked.
I'm not sure. Don, did the ATM machine come in a trailer or how did he?
No,
He
they,
actually picks
they
it up?
carry it like on a hand truck and then
Okay.
they throw it inside it's always
And
broken.
then take a,
It's either broken or out of money.
It's near the ticket, it's near the ticket.
Right.
Right before ball. Yeah.
right, you can take it right around the.
When you
corner.
come out.
So if it's right near the ticket booth, then we could ask Roger to connect that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
It's
great.
always the problem with it is that it runs out of money.
Yeah.
So that's.
And that, we went through $10,000 in this town hall
Yeah.
one within a couple hours.
Yeah, it's
It was
crazy.
crazy, yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah, it was
And
nuts.
there's no way to restock it.
We take in over $100,000 in the car.
He
He
tries.
comes, he comes a
Imagine
lot,
that,
you gotta go find him, he comes and we stop, like.
Yeah, it's,
Very often.
this thing,
4 or
this,
5
I never
times,
paid
yeah,
attention.
it's,
very often.
just so you know, people don't understand that this is over $100,000 event, right? I mean, we take in over $100,000 in the carnival alone. We get 33% of it, but it's still a
It's
lot of
crazy.
cash is coming in.
Cash.
And then we take it and we count it up and we check out each night. We balance out percentages and stuff. So it's a big undertaking. It looks easy on the outside if you're at the park, but it's a big deal. So. And the deal was absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Much smoother
Well,
than
the
the
whole
previous
crew,
years.
I sent you an email, and just, it's amazing to me how, well, I talked to a lot of the summer help kids, because I was a summer help, I didn't have my shirt on that night, and I talked to, I got demoted, but I talked to a lot of them, and they were all happy to work, and
Yeah.
first timers, and, you know, everybody in the department did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Just very proud.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we have something special going on right now from, the whole team, parks, everything,
Good
recreation.
energy.
Yeah, there's some real positive vibes going around. And it's nice. It's a nice thing to see and hear about, it's just the people very, very happy.
Do those guys, the parks guys, do they sign up for it, or it's just volunteer, and it's like, cause it's the same
It's a
3 or 4 guys all the time? That's why I sent the email, because
Yeah.
if nobody else is interested, we're gonna lose these guys, and they're
It's a union seniority thing.
linked to us.
We establish what we need for people and then they put it out each day and they pick it by seniority. It's an interesting system.
Just another question about the ticket booth. You're gonna have a real
Speaker.
cash box again? Whatever happened to those cash things I gave you guys? I gave you 3 metal cash drawers instead of those stupid boxes.
Turn them down.
No, I don't want them. I gave them.
Oh, you mean like
Just like a cash.
just a
register.
drawer of a plastic drawer thing?
No, it was metal. I gave you 3 of them.
Damn, I think I lost them.
Never seen.
Because those cash boxes.
Let's go and buck faster.
Yeah.
They suck.
Yeah, they do.
You would rather have a drawer with the 1s, 5s, 10s?
Just like a real. cash
Like a regular.
register.
Yeah.
cash
Not
drawer.
with the little
Just the
flippy
drawer.
things, you don't need the little flippy things, because we're inside, it's not like the
Don't.
money's gonna blow away, nobody's hands are.
Sam,
gonna
can you
get
write that down? Let's find them somewhere,
Yeah.
Suburban or something.
Okay, we're gonna get on the last agenda item here.
What was it? I'm sorry.
It's the live barn presentation.
Oh, we don't really need to. I think I showed you guys on our phone.
Okay.
Sam was having technical difficulties getting to it.
All right.
Oh, I have it here.
Oh,
There you go.
Go. So,
Oh, look at that.
But
That's on the wall. Oh, cool.
So
You see the scoreboard too.
yeah, that's what- field. Here's what.
Now, if you use your fingers, your thumb and your finger, you can zero in on your own kid
All right.
and do a highlight film of 30 minutes of all his or her specialties.
Here
Cool.
is.
So if you walk around in this world and think you're not being videotaped,
You are.
you are. This has paid off, even if we didn't make a penny on this. We already won on 2 kids breaking a table in the gym.
Yeah.
We had a person being bad at the dugouts at the field, an adult.
You can see who's on the fields when you close them.
Yeah.
They defy you.
Yeah.
You go out there.
Any vandalism is on film as soon as they move. And then we had a coach that we kicked out of basketball for throwing his hat and swearing at a referee. And he said, "You didn't do it." And then we showed him the video and he said, "Oh yeah, maybe I did."
Any comments by the board on anything
yeah, I have a
that's
question.
bothering you? Go ahead, Mr. Francolino.
Football. Sorry, Bill.
My famous football.
Yeah,
You're talking about Rich Bashan?
yeah, I couldn't understand why you were sending him to talk to midget football about, is that what we call it now? I don't know.
A clinic or,
Youth football.
Yeah.
Newington nights.
Yeah,
okay,
because in essence, by sending him there, he's gonna be able to run his clinic through the football organization, and we're not making any money off it, because he's not renting the field.
that's correct, but there's two things that I was concerned about. One is he has no youth insurance.
Mhm,
So I was afraid that that was not a good thing.
mhm.
Two, I don't want him representing our department as a coach or a clinician or anything.
Mhm.
So I thought if youth football wanted to do it, let him, so be it, let him do it.
Mhm.
I thought, I didn't really think they'd do it.
Yeah.
But,
Okay,
and the money to me, the $700 or whatever it would have been, didn't come into play as much as I was worried about our youth and our kids. And if you have people coming out of prison or whatever, working with kids, there's got to be a better
yeah.
check and balance, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I'm worried about the kids. You know me, I do love money, but I mean, it's, kids are much more important. Public safety is really key. And that's,
Yeah.
I didn't want any part of us being attached to that.
Yeah. I
And
see.
he, the last thing, he told us he was in Sweden or Finland coaching
Finland, yeah.
coaching pro football. And he's back in town again. So he's
The
quit,
season's over.
he's quit 6 or 7 times. And he's
He's all over the place, isn't
He
he?
keeps coming back.
What happened to the other guy that was started his partner or whatever? I forgot his name.
Yeah,
Sims or something like that?
yeah,
He's gone.
yeah, not around us anyway.
It's okay.
No worries there. Oh, we had the field also professionally cleaned and filled and sewed by a company, the infield company, field turf company in
Nice.
Texas.
Good.
So I think they
Lot of
took
stuff.
7 or 8 bags, garbage bags of Band-Aids and nickels and dimes, bobby pins.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Everything not black rubber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then they filled it up again. So
Awesome.
he's gonna do a GMAX test in another 2 months, I think, but he said, you're on borrowed time, Bill.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was my next question.
Yeah.
How much time we got?
Yeah.
How long ago was that? We were on like.
12 years.
12
Years.
years.
Years with that.
Yes.
12
The
years.
kids-
It's lucky it lasted that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're guaranteed for 8. Yeah, they're guaranteed for 8 years.
You know,
So,
especially with the adults playing. on
Yeah,
this,
yeah. You know, I think I told you guys this before, but I did write a $500,000 grant with Gary Turco and to bond it in June, this month, hopefully. And I understand now at one of the special events, he was there. Oh, it was motorcycle, whatever it was.
Yep.
Was it that?
He was there, a couple of them.
Yeah, so he was there and he said that Matt Lesser is also trying to push it through the Senate. So, I mean, I would love for that to grow legs and get some money this way. A lot of towns get 500 grand for field turf, so we should be in line for it, hopefully.
That won't cover it though, right?
I have 150,000, so
750,000. Oh,
650 probably, but I have 150 saved up. You know how we put
Yeah.
25 every year
Yeah.
or 50,000 every year in CIP. So it did exactly whatever field turf told me the price was, and then I added what we had and then put it in for Gary. So we'll see. I mean, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? If you don't apply for this stuff,
There's a lot of money floating around.
Yeah.
right now. That's-
so gotta go after it.
Go
Okay. Parking for extravaganza. Are the buses out of here for extravaganza?
They moved for the 3 days and gave us an extra 120 spots, I think, over there. Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
They moved some of them, yeah.
these down here.
Like you're pointing down towards
Right.
the park strip,
Yeah.
yeah, bus garage, yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
He's been very cooperative, Dean Barnes.
I think last year, didn't they just line the buses up so you couldn't go in there? I'm pretty sure they blocked.
Oh, you know
well,
what?
they probably block it off for the fireworks.
Fireworks.
For the fireworks, because they have to have the 300-foot
Yeah.
Right.
setback.
So I apologize, Tom. That won't happen at the extravaganza they will move it on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But on Saturday, is blocked off because of the 300 feet.
Okay, and now when we did the June 3 nights there, did they
They moved them.
They did move?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's good.
I think they were like down the west end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. As far as the addition at Patterson School.
Yep.
Do they come to you as far as, or for snow removal, as far as design on that parking area?
We do snow removal and ice for them and grass and trees, but no, they didn't come to us for design.
Okay, so that to me is, you're doing the work
Mhm.
and, someone is designing this and, you guys are the ones that are doing the work and,
Maintaining it.
I can tell you that it was a pleasant experience with Don's brother. Steve is the chairman of the Anna Reynolds, and he got the whole architect team. We sat in this office here and gave me an opportunity to change stairs, change ADA accessibility, plowing, the width of sidewalks. We put heating pads on places. We put electricity. We moved tree plantings. So I do know when it's good and I do know when it's bad.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that project over there, at Patterson, I got involved with as far as TPZ.
Right.
When I saw the plans and I, started trying to get information and I was running into stone walls, and then it became a political football, of course, and, it just, sometimes the Board of Ed is not, not cooperative.
I can tell you, and I used to say this in New Britain too, no matter what you see on TV with the politics, the workers, people like me, the Lou Giacomoids, the superintendent, all that, we do talk and get along and work together. So it doesn't look like it at times, but we try very hard to foster good relationships because we do have to live in the same sandbox and we do end up plowing snow. And I think Lou knows a lot of what we need and what we do. So it's.
I have a question. Has the Parks and Recs department ever considered getting something similar to Venmo or Cash App for payments at these events? A lot of merchants and vendors use them. For example, I go to a lot of clubs and sometimes festivals, and instead of carrying cash to buy merchandise from the artists or the DJs, you just pull out your phone, you put in the money, you put the number of the money, you hit send, and it sends to their account. Do you think that would be something possible to look into for some of our events, which seems like ATMs and card payments are sometimes an issue?
Yes, we could look into it again. We have looked into it. We tried Square, I think it's called, and that failed miserably. It just wasn't fast enough.
Oh,
It's the speed, and there's a wicked percentage that you have to pay those people. We tried it at the fire. We had a firehouse 100th anniversary. I don't know which one it was, but we started off with we had to put it away. It just didn't work.
Okay.
The line got too long. But I think with this fiber thing, we're in the right direction. I don't know if it's going to be perfect, but it's going to be better than we've ever experienced. And RecTrack is approved by our IT company. See, everything has to go through IT. It's very important for them to secure and lock down stuff.
okay.
So, but it's a good idea. It looks easy when you're doing one person at a time, but we have lines that are hundreds of people.
Good on paper, bad in practice.
Yeah, sometimes, but good idea.
Okay, I was just curious if we ever considered that.
We've tried it. Yeah, we tried the little one.
On another note, Don and myself went to the Charter Revision Committee a couple of weeks ago, and stress to them exactly what the board talked about, wanted us to talk about with them. So there we are, they're gonna look at it. See what happens.
Yeah, they seemed agreeable. Who knows, you know?
I don't know. They said they'll look at it.
I tried listening the other night when they were announcing the changes, you know, the meeting, but Joe just kind of did his thing and wasn't very specific, and it didn't really, couldn't make heads or tails out of what he was
So I
saying.
think it has to happen pretty soon, right?
Well, it was a meeting that he unveiled everything that was supposed to be done, but and, you know, people, oh, nobody was here, whatever. Well, to comment, well, how can you comment on what's going on when you haven't seen what's going on? You haven't, you know, there's nothing, no hard copy, so.
No, I don't think there's been much public participation.
No, well,
no.
you know, that's, he, Rose was, nobody came to participate, but if you don't know what the changes are, how can you participate?
There was only two.
Nobody
three people
published.
there,
Yeah,
right?
with Jamie
Yeah,
and you and I.
yeah,
That was it.
that was it.
And Jamie had the same, we gave her that idea to do 7 members also, because she's struggling. She hasn't met in a year.
Really?
Yeah, year.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
So,
Well, there's a lot of board and commissions that don't even meet.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the
Well,
other.
I mean, unless you have a dog in the fight,
Yeah.
why,
Lyric,
why you going?
don't take offense.
Anyways, yeah.
Oh, that's something else that came up. Have we ever approached the other boards and commissions as far as volunteering for some of our?
No,
No,
never have.
not that I know.
Well, I mean, I did say we asked the senior disabled center, but that was more administration to administration. I never went to their board.
Okay. Is there any problem with me asking?
To volunteer?
Volunteer.
No.
Well,
We love volunteers.
No, to TPZ, okay?
Yep.
If I went to them with the prospect,
Yeah, to volunteer like at the Beer and Wine Garden?
yeah,
Sure.
or something that
If they're stand-up reputable people.
you're gonna make it difficult.
And cuts it down to a couple of people.
And Tony Palomino has shirts that he hands out. It says, he's a lawyer or was a lawyer, whatever you call him. And he says, I have some integrity. Yeah, sure. Not anybody. We're an inclusive group, not an exclusive group.
Any other comments anyone would like to discuss? Whatever. If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Doubt it.
We're out.